Yeah, this is Big W. Yep. Yes, honey. Yes, I know. Can't believe it's not butter. I got it. No, I'm not gonna get the cinnamon stuff this time. I got you. Well, I was probably gonna go have a couple drinks, to be honest with you. I'm not that hungry, so I don't care. I've been alive for 500 fucking years. Are you kidding me? I can go a day without eating. I gotta go.
All right, I'm rolling.
So, it's been 7 years since, I've been saving lives for hundreds of years, but most recently, people say, Wolverine, what are you doing now? I bet you can't wait to, get it back on the saddle and kind of save lives. Be somebody again. Well, I'll tell you what. Network services is not where I thought I'd end up. But I can tell you, there's a lot more into it than just saving the world, saving lives. Ooh, big special claws. Well, I tell you what, I can cut fiber optic wire like you would not believe. I haven't saved a life in 7 years. I found out I have a brother, a formidable brother, if you will. So that kind of changed some things. I put on some weight, receding hairline. I have to smoke cheap stogies. And actually, I'm trying to quit smoking. I got about 11 patches on my back.
I heard that you got a 401k. You're enrolled in the company 401k.
I am, but I don't have a Social Security number, so I've just been using a lot of the temps, Social Security numbers. There's 11 of us using one Social Security number. We get one check, we all divvy it up, but I am part of the 401k that way, so that's good.
And health insurance now, so you got to watch yourself. You're a little bit older now.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm married now, obviously, so that took like at least 100 years off my life. I'm not Lazarus, but I've still got a few, decades, I would think. Health insurance, I still have, adamantium is still part of me, and it's the healing factor. I'm a lot more grayer everywhere, if you know what I'm saying. I got a lot of hair, but a lot of it's gray now. So I don't know. I have family, I don't have kids. Unfortunately, I'm not very fertile. However, my little brother is, so we're trying to work something out with the wife. You'll meet him later, actually. He's supposed to be here shortly. He actually works for Prudential Financial Services, who heads up our 401k. He's a superhero in his own mind. You'll meet him. It's a good guy. You're going to really like him, I think. I call him OT for short, but
Otter.
Yeah, his full superhero name is the Otter.
Cool. Love it. So I know you don't have quite the same capabilities as you did before, but it seems like you're still doing okay. What do you actually have for weapons and tools now? Anything that you're using?
I never leave home without it. Multi-tool. You thought claws were bad? I can saw the shit out of anything that needs sawed. I can build a fort. I can open a can. Screwdriver, Phillips flathead, what do you need me to do? Bottle opener. I can use it to cut off the ends of my cigars, and I can't afford, a cutter, but this tool right here is basically like a pocket Wolverine, if you will.
You're kind of a walking Swiss Army knife right now.
Absolutely. I used to be just a walking switchblade times 6. Now it's more like I have to get into my pocket, I have to find the right blade, I have to hang on, I'll save your life in a minute. It just takes too much time.
Question for you. You must have accrued a lot of enemies while you were very, very active in the superhero space. Anyone trying to come after you now? Anyone looking to take a shot at you even though you're a few years past your prime? Anyone trying to get revenge or anything?
You would think so, yes. But it's all network administrators on LinkedIn. I've got, I don't know if you know the Octopus?
Yeah.
That guy, man, he can lay fiber and do a firewall. That guy is unreal. He's all the time jabbing me on LinkedIn. He's just saying little shit to get underneath your skin. Normally wouldn't bother me getting under my skin because shit comes out of my skin, but right. The Octopus, that guy, oh boy, if I ever see him.
So technology's really changed the life of a superhero. In other words, in the back in the day, you had to hope that he saw a smoke signal or some kind of sign of distress. Are you saying now you can just text one or find one on the internet?
As far as villains or jobs?
Yeah, anything. If you need to get a hold of a superhero, is it easier or harder now?
It's easier for me. I'm really connected. I'm all over social media, as everybody probably knows, I'm sure, at Wolverine1.
Yeah, so you tweet. You definitely tweet.
I do, but my wife usually handles the account more often than I do. That's what gets me in trouble is she'll say things to somebody like the Flash is pissed. He is so pissed at me right now. I won't go into it. But the Otter has actually a couple stories that are really good about some villains and him. Being the, the younger brother of a superhero like myself is not easy, I'm sure, but he'll be able to go into more detail. I'm just trying to bring him up. He needs to be somebody again. He's very H2O oriented, so I'll let him go into that. But you'll see what I mean. It's the villains are accessible, sometimes more so than you would like. But for the most part, yeah, it's easy to get a hold of them if you want. It's constant banter, 140 characters or less can do a lot of damage to a superhero.
Absolutely. So your life has slowed down a little bit. Domestic life is good. You're just home watching a lot of high def cable or AT&T Uverse, or what does a Wolverine do at home?
Well, we're big into Beta and VHS, as well as the Laserdisc from 1979. I don't know if you guys are
Old
into
school,
that. But,
yeah.
Well, to me, that's recent. Being over 700 years old, it's still fairly new to me. But you would think technology has driven me to be up to par with the standards of Blu-ray. I don't need all of that.
You don't need all that. You're fine.
The wife likes what she likes. Anything, with cheerleaders in the title, I'll say it. She loves those. I don't mind them as well. However, I'm not home much. I've got about 6 Asian mistresses, to be honest with you.
Nice.
By Asian, I mean Japanese.
Nice. No. Happy endings all around. So 700 years old, you've had a good look at things.
I have.
And
no regrets.
I would hope
no regrets, not one.
Great. You look like you could go for another 700.
I'm not a hobbit. I would think 200 I'd be happy with.
Nice.
The prime of my life was probably World War II.
Nice.
I got to call Captain America. That reminds me.
Nice.
Yeah. So life's good. I'm not complaining. My wife's not going to see this though, is she?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Nope. Good. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I got a job that pays the bills. I haven't saved anybody in a while, but nobody needs my help anymore. It seems like everybody
Very
kinda doing their own
self-sufficient
thing.
society. Technology's
It really
changed.
is. If anybody needs help, it's on YouTube the next day because they found somebody to help them save their lives, or God forbid, a superhero actually saves a life for once nowadays. It's all these movies make it sound like it's glamorous. It's not. It's a lot of hard work. Have I told you I've got so much hair, but most of it's turned gray?
Yeah, you
There's
have.
a lot of stress involved with saving lives. IT's so much easier. There's no stress. Probably for regular humans there is. But for me, I can do 55 things at once and not blink twice.
Any residual damage just from the old 700 years of the grind, the daily grind of being anything not where everything working okay? You able to get up and get around okay?
The Spanish Inquisition was probably the low point of my life. For me, I don't mind being tortured because I heal, and it's kind of a neat thing. Oh, look at the sideshow freak, he heals. Cut him, heal, cut him, heal. That got old and old. But the Spanish Inquisition was really difficult because they used a lot of fire and molten hot magma, if you will.
Magma.
Fire pokers, eyes. I do heal, but the shit hurts. But thank God nobody remembers all of the things that I was involved with to get there. We'll leave it at that.
And so I just sum up with, you've got a lot of fans. You have saved a lot of lives. You've had a positive impact on
You
people.
would think people would remember that.
You would think people would remember that. Is there anything you'd like to say to those people who are kind of asking a little bit about you? Where have you been? And kind
Look
of
at me now.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
I'm drinking scotch. I got a multi-tool that I can fix anything.
Yeah.
I don't need to just cut, slash, and run around. Oh, I saved a life. Save me right. No, this I can get in anywhere. I'm not even supposed to be here right now. As a matter of fact, I let you in because I
This
knew
is
how to get in
bonus.
here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
Otter should be here in a minute as well. I
coming.
really want you to meet him. I think
coming.
you're really going to like him. Really going to like him.
All righty. Well, thank you for your time. We'll meet him when he gets here, and continued luck with your life of comfort.
Absolutely. And network services, if you need me, again, at Wolverine1, or you can give me a call, 555-333-1212. Just ask for the big dub.
Got it.
Good to finally meet you.
Yeah, I am Wolverine's younger brother. Not quite the superhero that he was, but had some gifts in my own right, and in my own day I was pretty good. The problem was that I was really, really good in swimming and aquatics,
Right.
and not a lot of action in water these days. So if anything took place outside of water, whether it was a bank robbery or some sort of a killing or people were in danger, which, let's be honest, most of that occurs outside of water.
It does.
I'm not that good. I'm merely average outside of the pool. They called me the Claw, obviously, in high school. Had that going for me. Just a real strong claw. And so I was able to use that in the workplace, if you will. But I just never had the notoriety that my older brother did. Kind of set me back a little bit, kind of a competitive thing, and led to a lot of drinking. And I think a lot of people would say underachievement, I guess is the word to be nice about it. But,
Same mom, same dad.
yeah, the whole thing was fine. They really liked him a lot better just because of.
We had 6 claws, right?
Yeah, and
So,
he was a lot again, and he was good outside of water. He was good, just out on the street. You could use him for different things. Very versatile superhero. Very much more versatile than I was. Again, you get me outside. I won a lot of swim meets in high school. I won't doubt. I had a lot of medals.
Right.
But you get me out of the pool, and again, I got the claw, and that's about it. It can scare people,
Right.
but really, it's more of a preventative thing. It's really hard to get in the face of someone who's wielding a knife or a gun with this. So
Right.
I didn't do too well in that realm. But I had the good news is I did enroll in a technical college.
Oh, good.
And started working with Canon a number of years ago, fixing copiers for them.
Good.
And you'd be surprised with benefits and all that. You can
Really?
earn upwards of 40 to 45 a year with benefits. Plus certain allowances, 401k.
That's good for a superhero,
Yeah,
even
it
a
is.
good
It is.
superhero.
A good superhero that got the notoriety is never going to have to buy another drink in his life. That wasn't me. Wished it was. I won't
Right.
deny that. I was a part of me that really wanted that. But I've really dialed into something here. I think that it's a better skill set for me. Fixing copiers is great. I get to go out to a variety of different offices and just take a look at, one day I could be at a bank, or the next day I could be at an insurance company, or maybe
Exciting.
a company, or things like that. So, people ask me, what line of work am I in? I say, you name it, I've been there. I've been to that kind of a job. So.
Good, good. So as far as the sibling rivalry goes, do you remember growing up with Wolverine? Is there any background that you remember? Or
Yeah, I do. And a rivalry means, to me, I don't know that I would use that word, because a rivalry means that the two brothers were very competitive, and it was close at some point, and both had matching skills, and maybe
Right.
one day one was better.
Right.
That wasn't the case. He was fairly dominant all of the time. So to call that a rivalry, I think, is probably a misnomer. I'd say out of 100 bouts, if you will, athletic contests of various things, whether it be a straight one-on-one fight, some sort of an athletic throwing contest. He got me probably about 97, 98 of them, and the only other 2 times I beat him, he was drunk. So, caught a couple breaks there. A lot of things have to go right for me to beat him.
a W's a W?
Yeah, but we'll take it. 2 and 98, probably
Right.
my lifetime record.
Good. You guys have reconnected just recently, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we found each other on Facebook again, and he reached out to me, and at first I was a little leery given the poundings I had taken from him over
Sure.
years, but he's really, really mellowed. He's found himself a nice home life, got a good, steady job. So he's got a fairly regular schedule. So we meet for drinks a couple times a month, meet for lunch every now and again, and it really works out well for him. He's got a great home entertainment system, and many times him and I have sat down in his basement and watched a professional football game, or even a college football game, or taking a look at some of the best movies of the 80s. Just the other night, he told me that he had Risky Business on Laserdisc, and so I thought,
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so I thought I'd go on over and see that, and I'll bring the drinks. We usually like a 12-pack of Busch, and we just have a great time. Just a couple of guys reconnecting.
Good. I know that we had discussed this interview, and there were certain prerequisites that you had stated before you would do this. I'm going to ask you. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm going to ask you: have you ever saved a life or not?
It's funny that you mentioned that. A lot of people have said, you were so good in the water and things like that. And if someone was in the water and needed help, or was drowning, or was struggling, in situations like that, I like to defer to the lifeguards and see what they want to do in that situation. Because a lot of times I just didn't have the technical training to really do this. I didn't have CPR training.
You're liable as well. I'm just going to tell you,
Exactly.
you're
There's a lot
not
of
circumventing
insurance.
just because you're a
Stuff
superhero.
will get caught in the lungs, and you could hurt someone. Sometimes you just didn't know. I elected to just let the lifeguards and the authorities do their thing. And if they needed me for something, I was there.
So the
No,
answer would be by proxy, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I witnessed
You were
a
there.
lot of people getting their lives saved by authorities, lifeguards, and the Coast Guard, and certainly naval authorities. But no, not myself. They're always here to help, though. That's my motto.